So today, with a freshly braided down, whatever you want to call it, I figure we go ahead and talk about. We're gonna talk about back to school hygiene tips. If I were going to school, which I am not, but if I were, that's what this video is about. So I'm cutting the hair in half. Water wave. And we are going to start at ground zero. So I would say when it comes to any back to school hygiene, it's just the fact of the matter is the climate that we're in, whether you're in high school or college, you're definitely going to have to be prepared. That's the first things first. I don't want to say I vaguely remember my school days. Let me mute this because they love driving through here with that music. Okay, we needed a moment. So for back to school hygiene tips, you want to make sure that you keep at the front of your head, that at the forefront of your mind, that you're going to be amongst a lot of people. With that being said, one, should you care? No. But then you tell that to someone who in high school. You tell that to someone in college. But you know, be thinking college is just like, okay, people gonna be a bit more mature. Well, you know, that's for another video topic. So keep that in mind. Going to be around a lot of people. That should be one of, not your main, one of your motivations for how you're going to move going to school. And I'm talking about school of any type where you're having to get up, go get ready, and commute there, take the bus there, whatever like that. That's what you should do. First thing you want to do every day before school, whether you are of high school age and you still with your parents, still with your parents, or college, and maybe this is your first venture out on your own, make sure whatever your time of day to shower and or bathe, make sure you have showered or bathed before you leave that door for school. Definitely got to do that. Definitely. Because if there's one thing school kids will do, and college kids too, they talk. Not that you should care, but your job is to handle your business so you hear less of the talking. At that point, if you hear more talking, then it should be, you know, what is that lovely smell or lovely aroma that you have on? It should be that, or as close as possible. That should be one of your aims, not your main motivation. Also, if you're dipping in and out of the stream, you're afraid you're gonna miss something, I'm putting this one up, so you have no worries. Also, because I have been in high school and college, I have quite a bit of gems to drop as far as hygiene. Live chat. Hi, Sonaka. Sonaka Tharis. Please forgive me if I butchered that. I'm doing good. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the brave family. I decided I will share with you all back to school hygiene tips while I do my hair. I just said, oh, Sona, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't like to butcher people's names. That's another thing about back to school. They have the roll call, and they are just, whenever you hear your name present, yeah. So be aware that you will be around people. That's one of the number one hygiene tips. Be aware that you're going to be around people. Be aware. Two, make sure you have showered and or bathed before you leave the house. So if you're a person like I grew up either having to do it the night before or the day of, the morning of. Three, number three. Let me see if I have my kit. I don't seem to have it with me, near me. I'll just say that to just grab really quickly. So I will say this and then go grab it. For us ladies, you want to make sure that you have a feminine hygiene kit packed. I have gone over this quite a bit of time, quite a yeah, and I don't mind going over it again. Reason being is because there are some young ladies, they go into school and they you know maybe they haven't been taught this stuff, and this stuff isn't anything to be ashamed of. I had to learn it. I'm in my early 30s. I had to learn it when I was your age. If you're a teenager and you're watching, or you're just getting into college and you watching, have your feminine hygiene kit already built out. If you don't know what a feminine hygiene kit is, good news. I'm glad you're here. One, feminine hygiene kit. There's so many stylish ways that you could do it. When you buy a purse, it comes with those makeup bags, and a lot of times they're coordinated according to color and prints and so forth. Ah, that is awesome, Mrs. Sona. That's awesome, Sona. Thank you for sharing. Whenever you buy a purse and you see those inner makeup bags and you wonder why do they sell them like that? I believe one good reason why they sell makeup bags like that is just for the simple fact that you're going to store things other than makeup in it. And that's how I started mine. So I started mine, and I started putting, let me see if I have anything in front of me. I don't. Not what I want to talk about. In your feminine hygiene kit, take a separate makeup bag that doesn't have your makeup, in case you wear makeup. That's a thing. High schoolers, college, they don't wear makeup. Hey, do what works for you. Take a makeup bag that's not designated for anything else. Make that what you put in the inside of your purse to go to school with. Now, we know they have their restrictions and stuff, but they should not be limiting you on if you could carry one of these with you, a tampon or a panty liner. Absolutely not. Here are the main essentials you should have in this feminine hygiene kit. After you have your bag ready to go, have at least regular and one super, 2 of each absorbency of tampons in it. You got to do that. There's no negotiations. Whether you've started yours yet or not. Okay? Because that is possible. Every young woman starts their cycles at different stages of their lives, going into puberty and so forth. 2 of every absorbency. What I found has worked for me, 2 regular, 2 super. Sometimes I do 3 regular and 3 super. Also, you want panty liners. 2 of every absorbency there. There aren't many absorbencies of panty liners that I've seen widespread, but there are many absorbencies of pads. Panty liners, I use the Carefree. I like scented everything. They have unscented things. Go with the variety that works for you. That's the best I can say, because I can suggest something and it may give you an allergic reaction or flare up your sinuses. Choose what works for you. So if fragrance-free works for you, mild fragrances, barely there, long as it's keeping you fresh, that is the goal. That's the ultimate goal. Gotta stick there. Then pads, same thing. At least 2 or 3. Now this is where I normally bulk up. 2 to 3 of every absorbency of pads. I like to use the Always Radiant. The one they say lasts for 10 hours. They have claims of 10 hours. Now, I've been wearing them so long since they've been out, I could kind of attest to it. Because it's definitely kept me safe and secure during those times of month. And I've used them plenty of times as sweatproof hacks. We finna get into that later down the line, because it's August. And if July is not hot, August is going to come right behind and get you. Yeah. Then you also want deodorant suppositories. I looked right at it as soon as I said it, because I have it sitting here right in front of me. Norforms is OG. But since then, there's been great developments of fragrance-free suppositories. I don't know why I want to say boric acid. You have to excuse my spray. That shows you how much I have not gotten too much into the suppository side of things, because I'm just sticking with what works for me. Grew up with these. I would suggest with suppositories, I'm going to show them to you, if there's any in here. Nope, these are applicators. It gives me an opportunity to talk about the deodorant suppository applicators. So if you're watching and maybe you are too young or high school or something like that, I don't mind sharing again. What are deodorant suppositories? So they are a product in which they work with your natural body heat within your lady parts, within that cavity there, our reproductive systems as women. And when you insert that, you introduce that into your body, your internal body temperature there melts it, and it almost mimics what happens when you have your cycle, which means you're going to need those pads of higher absorbency to catch when it drips out. And as it drips out, it deodorizes everything in there, in your lady part. So in short, that's the less graphic version of what a deodorant suppository is. Yeah. Any questions, please get in the comments, because I don't mind chatting. Let's do this. I'm here to make sure you're comfortable with these terms and because I had to learn. I'm thankful for the women over the years have taught me, but some stuff I still had to learn on my own. Let that not be your story. These are applicators. So especially with Norforms, I can't speak for any other brand because I've not tried any other brand of deodorant suppository. Norforms has the applicator, and as you can see, I've been collecting them as I've been buying the boxes. This is the end. You put the deodorant suppository after you unwrap it from the aluminum. These are all still in their seals. Haven't used them. And then this is the side you use with your hands to inject it up there. If you're not comfortable using hands, or if you're not comfortable using gloves, they have an applicator. Now, would I suggest keep using this applicator? After a while, you should probably get some latex gloves unless you're allergic to latex. I'm just saying. Gotta simplify it. I suggest using those maybe fresh off the heels of your period of your menstrual cycle ending. I wouldn't suggest them every day. And this is coming from a person that's been using them for years. Because they're just created to add to the freshness of everything else you've done. Which means it's assumed that if you use a deodorant suppositor, you have already used feminine wash, whichever type you use. You have used wipes. You have had your full shower routine. You've had baths. You've gotten in there with soap. Not on the internal, the outside area. You've done that. It's assumed that when you use that, that's just adding to the freshness of everything. You feel me? That's why I don't suggest using them every day. Because if you use them every day, then I'm questioning. Are you doing the external work? Are you showering and taking care of that area first? And thoroughly. Are you switching out your washcloths? Are you switching out your shower loofahs? I'm just saying. That's all. And that's the feminine hygiene kit. Now, there is one other thing, depending on the size of your feminine hygiene kit bag. If it don't fit in there, put it in there in your purse alongside everything else, or in this case, backpack. They also have backpack purses. That's besides the point. Feminine deodorant spray. I use Summer's Eve. I've heard so many mixed reviews. It does this and such and such. Oh, okay. That's why there's Vagisil. That's why there's Honey Pot. There's so many. There's Always, I think. They even have one that's fragrance free in the blue packaging, and it has matching wipes, and it's a whole set. So they're catching on. They're catching on. Feminine hygiene kit. Put it in your backpack. Put it in your purse. If your purse is your backpack. That works. Once you have that kit going, then you got to think about ashiness. Just because it is hot, just because it's beginning of school, does not mean you skip out on lotion. Go ahead with your shower routine as normal, but you want to make sure that you carry lotion. This is where travel size come into play. So in case you ain't swipe nothing into your register and bought it at the semi-annual sale back in June, Victoria's Secret or Bath and Body Works. You can drop by Walmart down that aisle with the travel size, the little baby mini versions. This is your reminder. Whether you the parent watching or you're the student watching. High school student or college student. Travel size lotions are better. Now the thing about it is, I remember them days. It'd be like, "Oh, you smell so good. You got any lotion?" That's an opportunity to show off. Oh, let's see what kind of lotion she got for Bath and Body Works, or what kind of spray, or what type of scents that she's into. I'm pretty sure that's a more widespread conversation now than anything, school wise. Lotion blowout is a real thing. Now, I've seen baby diaper blowouts. We ain't talking about that. Lotion blowout is less severe and not stinky, unless your lotion is rancid you carrying in your book bag. You want to get containers like this you could buy from the Dollar Tree. It's those empty bottles, normally down the row and the aisle, that they have the bar soaps, that they have the lotions, and it's using packs of 3. And they have the squeeze empty bottles, and then they have the empty spray bottle. That's for you to take your full size items if they don't come in travel size containers, and then fill those up and take those with you. That's what that's for. Let me show you another example. This is water and conditioner for when I'm wearing my curly wigs and want to get the wet look. This was perfume oil. I'm using a container from it. Something like that, at least one. This is 2 ounce, 1 to 2 ounce. Fill that up with your lotion or your fragrance mist. To prevent lotion blowout, if you have any flip caps like this, you know what I'm talking about, where it says press. Those are more prone to swimming around in your backpack and opening and then spilling. I can spill this. This is my hair oil. Last thing you need is a lotion blowout, because we've all, for those that have had one, y'all know what that's like. Smell good, but you just don't want to. Do you know how much more expensive lotion is now versus when I was going to school? You don't want a lotion blowout, even if you got it on sale. I would take a piece of tape, duct tape, not this little play tape that you brought for school supply. Not that. Not the tape for paper. Duct tape. During that opening, and I explained this back in the video I put up not too long ago about how to smell good on public transportation. I'm gonna repeat it again because maybe you haven't seen that, and maybe you're new here. Close your cap. Do this before you go home. Duct tape, just a little piece, and make sure you wipe amongst the bottle and that it's completely dry, free of oils and lotions in the lotion itself. Put that duct tape a piece down here and let it stop by mid bottle. Then put in your bag. And on top of it, you make sure you double check to make sure that cap is twisted on tightly and there's no leakages at the bottom either. What that's going to do is help you to transport it safely without a lotion blowout. And then you don't waste product. So make it a whole lot easier on you. This is soft. Go ahead and take myself a little break here. And myself ice glass of elderberry juice. Trying to get this as free flowing and curly as possible. I'm just, Sona, thank you. I'm just seeing the comments. The rest of your comments. That's the thing about here is streaming on a device versus PC. I appreciate your support. I sincerely do. Because it's support like this over the last 3 going on 4 years is why we're here, you guys, and I really appreciate that. I know I'm just not talking to nobody, okay? I know y'all out there. I met my squad, and so we got to keep going. So when y'all take the time to spend time with me like this, I really do appreciate it. I don't be looking at it like, well, they have to. No, you chose to. And I'm not just saying that because it may sound good. No, like for real. That's why over 1,200 of y'all are here. So I appreciate y'all. That's a real deal right there. And I wish I could do more at times, but I'm only one woman, so got to help me out. I'm gonna have to turn this air on because while I love talking to y'all, I don't like being hot talking to y'all. I have to be cooled down. So give me a moment. There we go. That's better. And hopefully y'all can hear me because I have to stay cool in this weather even while I'm streaming. Have to. Like we can hang. But you know how hot it is? I encourage you all to do the same. Is it really? Another thing we also don't need. The reason why I just said that. I need to plug this up. We're not finna have my battery go out. Un momento, por favor. We back and charged while we stream. Thank you, appreciate you. Sounds like that should be a song. I need to find a smaller one. like the coating is coming off. Let's use a new one. Came in the pack. I actually feel that stuff, and I don't want it snagging my hair. Cause that ain't cute. I like to keep all my hair. Much better. Still smell this hair oil, pumpkin and cinnamon infused. Good stuff. Ooh, it smells good. Smells like a baker. Keep the scalp moisturized. Trim as we go. Is there, that's actual, I know full well that ain't a knot. Stop it, fix it. We can fix this in a timely manner. We'll finish. The other day we did some beauty maintenance and we did our skincare. Now we're just doing the hair. We're just walking our way through. Perfumed hair oil. Good stuff. Smells like fall too. way to get them tangles out. There we go. starting to get a little hot. I saw a third like. Appreciate you. Appreciate you watching. You're finna dive back in some more back to school hygiene tips. I just had to focus on my hair for a little bit. And if this was nails, that would be different. Very different. You really gotta have these wild cats out here. That's really, y'all choose to squabble, to fight, to duel now. This ain't the time to do it. And I love cats, but this ain't no. This ain't the time to do that. Fight elsewhere out there. This is stuff y'all don't get a chance to see in edited videos. Yeah, but y'all don't get a chance. Now, before I go ahead with these tips of back to school hygiene, give me a moment. The belt to go with this is a romper, so shorts, so won't be shown. Not that portion. I had to get in something a bit more stationary to wear. Okay, so we have gone over the, and we're not done yet. Back to school hygiene tips. I had did one of these a couple months ago. So we've gone over the feminine hygiene kit. We have also gone over what should be in the feminine hygiene kit. We've gone over make sure you shower and or bathe, whether it's the night before or the morning, the day of. Before you head to school, before you head out to the facilities. One, two, keep in mind 3. Oh, welcome back, Sona. Appreciate you. Also, we went over the fact that you must be aware that you're getting ready to go into a whole crowd of people, even if it's just the classroom with your peers. Okay. We've also gone over lotion blowouts and how to prevent lotion blowouts, because that is a real thing. Be so excited about your lotion and it's like, you open it. When did this happen? During lunchtime when you were sharing it with your friend? Like, so, yeah. Bon appetit. Bon appetit. I would ask what you're eating, but then that would make me hungry. And then that would turn this into a cooking stream, which we don't cover that on this channel. But I hope whatever it is delicious and it's very nourishing. Bon appetit. Okay, so we're going over that. Also, first impressions at school. Like, man, I know they tell you not to care what people think, but we're in a different climate. We're in a different climate. Best thing to do is if you focus on all the basics that I'm going over, whether you're going to high school, whether you're a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, or a senior, whether you're in college and you're in one of those arenas, the important thing to do is, as long as you know you smell good and as long as you know you have your bases covered, that is all that should matter. It really should. Because when I started in high school, that's when the OGs was being launched. We talking about Caress, Shea Butter, Brown Sugar Body Wash, the liquid gold I affectionately call. That's when Veet was just coming out or just being known about. Nair, I believe I heard of Nair. Also, and I'm gonna try to do this without shorts to my romper being seen. I'm gonna try. As you can see, I'm still making it. Now, there are plenty of, I'm gonna pause my hair and put it on too. Just give myself a little glisten. They have those shimmer oils. They're expensive. I've seen things like taking the Neutrogena oil, the plain oil, about this tall, see through it. Y'all probably seen it plenty of time in drugstores like Walgreens, CVS, anywhere else. And you can take a highlighter. I have taken a bronzer from Shop Miss A. You open another tab while you're watching me on PC, or if you have another device or you're in front of a computer. They got plenty of makeup products, but they also have bronzers and all this other stuff. They're slowly but surely expanding everything, because they have soaps and body washes and shower steamers and stuff like that. And what I would take and do is, I've seen them combine an oil and a bronzer or a highlighter, and this is how you get your glisten and glow type of stuff. In fact, I have a video on this too, by the way. I'm only gonna put on so much. And this is perfumed body shimmer lotion. So it isn't just shimmer. That looks light now. Pay attention. See all that shimmer and that glow? And the only thing I don't like about this, your hands. Your hands wind up being real shimmer. You have to wash it soon after and let this dry. You see that shimmer? And then you see the difference there. Nothing. All right. Now, school, if you're going to shimmer during school, you got to be careful with stuff like this, because it stains. I would suggest using a highlighter. I used a bronzer solely because I didn't want it all over my face, and then it didn't give me the look I thought it would when I bought it. Happens. Don't wear any white t-shirts. I don't care if they're not uniforms. I don't care if they are uniforms. Don't wear any white t-shirts, white tennis shoes. Leave them crisp white Nikes home. Okay? If you're going to shimmer, we talking to the young ladies, okay? You want to shimmer, wear the polo shirt, but some of your other school colors if they still doing uniform. High school, like this, something with the shoulder out. Now I ain't dressed all this up yet. That's where I put the shimmer. That's where the shimmer is not. And you can see the difference. Shimmer, no shimmer. You want to apply with a light hand like you just saw me do. If it's not perfumed, if you have perfume oil, put a few drops in it, shake it up, then apply. If you can, put in a spare spray bottle and do that. I'll tell you something else to use. If it's just only for your face, CC cream, also Shop Miss A. You want that glow, take a bronzer or a highlighter. I still suggest using a clear perfume oil, and then the most prominent, brightest color of your highlight palette, or if you have them individual compacts, do it that way. Because this will be a whole mess, and then you start sharing it. You know how kids are. Come on now, since this 2020 thing. Oh, can I share? You glistening real good. And trying to tell you, you can share a lotion, but you can't share nothing like this. Makeup and stuff, it get messy. That's how you had them makeup blowouts in your purse too. Same thing with gloss. Glittery. Speaking of gloss, because this still counts underneath, this still counts as hygiene. Tips for back to school. Because what girl ain't prepared to go back to school with no lip gloss? Come on. We got NYX Strawberry Cheesecake. This used to be an old lip combo of mine. You've probably seen it in front of your thumbnails. And this is in all butter gloss. This is in lava cake, strawberry cheesecake, lava cake. Lay them on top of each other, or either one on one lip, one on the other. If you want, I can just go over one with just solely talk about lip combos. Pink and brown, it kind of tones down the pink and tones down the brown, the chocolate. But you still know enough of it is pink, and you still know enough of it is brown. It's just together on the same lips. Fragrance mist. I'm so glad I'm doing this, because it's bringing back everything from middle school. So when I say back to school hygiene tips, we're going all the way back. Oh, got some little caught in my throat there. I'm gonna have to mute myself. We got to clear this throat. Y'all don't deserve to hear that. Hold on. I'm bringing this up. It's to tie everything else in. And we're talking about fragrance mist. Ain't nobody, well, nowadays they in high school and college, they probably middle school too. They wearing the outer perfume. If your parents have not gotten you, have allowed you to that level, do not worry. All is not lost. You can still carry on your fragrance mist because there's different grades of them now. Calgon is a nice long lasting one. Bodycology is a nice long lasting one. In fact, it was out when I was probably in middle school, definitely in high school. And I'm going to pull from the video that I just put up, how to smell good in public transportation, because school buses are still public transportation. You feel me? Okay. You're on the bus. I can tell you many times I've been on the bus, even in my school days. You could spray on fragrance mist on the way to school if you one of the students, or if you have a student that is riding the school bus. Maybe you ride the city bus to school. Who knows? Whatever bus you ride, whatever form of public transportation, be mindful how you spray. You could still get away with it. I hate to say get away with it like something wrong with it, because it's not. There's nothing wrong with you smelling great and aspiring to smell great. However, how you do it, that does matter. Spray it towards yourself at all times, and don't blast it out. Now that's kind of tough when we talking about fragrance mist in which the nozzles are formulated to blast out. They do that. So you could use more, come back for more. That ain't shade. That's just, if you look at it, that's what it is. Me, or most students, maybe you can't afford that. That's why I come in. Maybe you can. That's also where I come in. Spray that towards yourself. Short burst. If you're like, oh, I don't feel like doing all these short bursts. Okay, spray 2 sprays in your hand, still towards yourself. Bow, bow. Hit your contact points. Hit there. your neck, just behind your ear. Some of them spray your chest. No, not just that area. Inner wrist. Now, perfume oil, you'll be able to, with a rollerball, you'll be able to get away with more. And I'm going to tell you why. Because one, because it's rollerball. Two, even if it's spray bottle like this, perfume oil doesn't tend to blast out as much. Its nozzles are formulated to spray it out differently and to dispense a certain amount, of product. Therefore, you keep it long, which means you need to be very strategic as to how you apply that stuff. Plus, perfume oil, if you spray it or get it onto you too close, it could stain that stuff. So if you're wearing uniforms, or if you would just have, you in high school, college, they don't have a uniform, you still should be practicing spraying towards yourself, but at least 5 to 10 feet. That's too far for you to spray, and find you a corner to spray in. On public transportation, that can be kind of hard. So that's why I say spray in your hands. Perfume oil will make it easy for you to rub it through your hands until it's nearly evaporated. Then do this. They're still going to smell you. It's just not going to travel the fragrance mist of you spraying it. Pow, pow, pow. Like you trying to commit a shower routine to everybody on the bus or the transportation on your way to school. Next thing you know, they get off the bus, everybody smell like cucumber melon and Japanese cherry blossom, and they smell like marshmallow pumpkin latte and into the stars, and you wasn't intending that. They walk out there, who sprayed Bath and Body Works or some perfume? I'm just saying, couple etiquette tips if you're gonna go that way. Gotta been there before. Now you in class. First of all, don't disrespect your teacher. Teachers do not get paid enough. And they are the real MVPs. They uphold our education system, I will say that. I got teachers today, and I certainly hope they're still here on this earth that I appreciate. I've never had a run-in with them about, oh, you spraying too much or doing it. None of that. Just, if you got to freshen up in class, ask can you go to the bathroom. I don't know what those bathroom restrictions are like nowadays. That show you how long since I've been in school. Okay. But be mindful of that. If you can't go to the bathroom, perfume oils are really good. I ain't trying to get you or your kids in trouble. I'm just trying to make sure that if you are a smell conscious person and you want to continually smell good throughout the school day, maybe you have somebody impressed, maybe you don't. I suggest you just do this in general with nothing in mind to impress anybody, but you know, high school stage especially, that's normally what it is, you know, the fashion contest, who smell the best, who look the best they have. But initially you shouldn't care about that. That's all I'm saying. Perfume oils are going to be your best friend in rollerballs. I'm not going to go ahead and say spray, because they might still smell that and pick that up, and that may create a conversation talking during class, and then you know you're in the office, or they ask you stay after class, meet me after class, it's going down. You don't want that. You don't want that. If you're the student, you don't want that. If you're the parent with the student, or if you're both students. Perfume oil, rollerballs. This is where rollerballs come in. I'm not the biggest fan of rollerballs, but if you're going to do it, this rollerballs would be the best way. If you have rollerballs with perfume oils that don't, you can switch them out. You could switch them out. You'll have to pop the little rollerball, because that's separate when they package it. Pop it out. Make sure it don't fly anywhere where you can't find it. That's what keeps the little perfume oil juice in there. Then take off the nozzle. That's the second part. Then you could pour that out in a spray bottle and swap your stuff. And swap your perfume oils. If you don't feel like going through that, they have them on Amazon where you can buy empty novelty cosmetic, specifically cosmetic grade rollerball perfume, those containers where you can put them in. And then they come with all the tools and the dropper fluids, and where you could do that yourself. And they should come with labels unless you have to buy them separate to label everything. I suggest rollerballs, because if you spray something in class, everybody's gonna pay attention to you, and you're gonna be in trouble. Because the same way if you were to mist it on a bus, whether it's city bus or the school bus, it's gonna travel. If you spray it in the classroom, it's going to travel. Exact same way. Just because you missed it and okay, going down afterward, they're gonna still smell you. If that's your goal, for folks to smell you, just to, bring it down a notch to rollerball. Now, if you still insist on that and you live your life on the edge as a student or a parent of a student, okay, that's your business. Well, I'm gonna give you a tip, but I will not be held liable. So this is a disclaimer, okay? So you get detention, I ain't at fault. I warned you. Rollerball is the better option. If you're gonna go with spray bottles, perfume oils, spray bottles of Bath and Body Works, Victoria, Don't Tell Nobody, Bodycology, whatever it is, adopt the same thing. If you ask to go to the bathroom, if you cannot go to the bathroom, spray twice in your hand, put in your hair. Put in your hair. Put it everywhere. Everywhere you normally wouldn't if it were okay to spray it out. Then you have to be mindful of people's sinuses too, because you spray it thinking everything fine. I done seen it before. I seen it most recently when I was on some public transportation. I had spoke about in the video real briefly. High schoolers, I don't know about nobody else. Everybody know you done sprayed, so they ain't stuck by nobody sneezing and clearing the room. You hear me, fail? They just not. They're not caring. Cause they're like, all I know is I stink or somebody stinks. Someone will stink and they will spray it. And it don't even be them. Now, me personally, I will offer to slide the bottle over there and, pray they give it back to me. I wouldn't spray them for them because that's considered rude. That's all I'm saying. School or not, it is very much rude. That's all. Can't you tell I miss school? I like to learn. So this is my way of still sharing in that. My channel is a school of sorts of hygiene, so I get a chance to share my experiences with you all. Something that you guys probably wouldn't be able to get elsewhere, because I'm one unique person. Now, I don't like to leave the men out, and I can't tell you much about that. But I can tell you this: don't bathe in the accent tag. We could smell you from across the hall. Okay, young man, we could smell you from across the hall. They got perfume oils for you, cologne oils, whatever they call them for you too. I throw out the same tips for y'all as us, because while I don't wear men's stuff, cologne, I'd like to think the same would work. It's just the only difference is you know your body chemistry, what it's like. But smelling y'all down the hall, we can smell you in fifth period, and you your bottle's about gone, young man. It's okay. You don't need to use the whole bottle. Okay, you good. Get you some real good soap, some Irish Spring, young man, and then you Axe and Tag stuff like that should be, deodorant spray should be an alternative. Their deodorant spray, hence the word deodorant. Get yourself some good cologne, or if not, some perfume oils. Your local beauty supply store should have them. And while I'm saying spilling this for the young men, this is also good for us too. Your body chemistry is going to thank you for if you go with perfume oils and then spray that the Axe and Tag type of stuff. Follow behind it with it. Because I know you may feel like it's the end of the world, young man, but it's not. It's not. Perfume oils are going to be your best friend. They also have lots of dupes. There's one channel I want to suggest. I can't call that man name. He does what we do for, like what I do for the ladies, and some I occasionally include the men because I don't want to leave you all out. He solely does that for the men, the hygiene for the men, and he does them colognes. Very much affordable. I would check him out. You could search Tom Ford dupes and see the reason why I could come up with this stuff. Bar Soap Guy. Shout out to him. And I'm not dropping names to be like, oh, well, you can bring me up. No, I'm dropping them names because I know what I have seen. And although I don't have anyone to buy anything for, as far as men's stuff, I see lots of nice stuff. And when I'm in stores, for those that know, if you don't, when I'm in stores, I don't ever limit myself to just only smelling the good stuff. I go Bath and Body Works. I was so doggone excited I made a song. They didn't leave the men out. So I go and smell the stuff. So although I don't wear any of it, I say all that to say this. Don't bathe in your cologne spray. There's better stuff. Bath and Body Works got some stuff based off of smell alone, not purchase. Smell alone. Bourbon and mahogany teak wood might get you talked to by the young ladies. That's all I'm saying, young man. That's all I'm saying. If you're listening, okay. That's all I know. They might walk past you and then come reverse and do a U-turn. That's all I know. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's all. That's all. That's all I know. Some grown men too, because they got cologne there. The 3.4 ounce. So you ain't got no excuse, bruh. Might wind up leaving them other two brands I mentioned, no shade, all the way alone. The Bath and Body Works stepping it up. That's all. Skincare. Why am I holding this and got one here? Skincare. That's part of hygiene. So back to the ladies. Good sunscreen. I learned myself a valuable lesson with me being outside out here, showing y'all what's in the stores. Didn't have no sunscreen, and so I'm like, okay, sis, you can't do that no more. Good sunscreen. Whether you have chocolate for skin, hallelujah, called melanin, or not. Sunscreen matters. Get yourself some really good sunscreen. I cannot suggest anything for melanin. And so when I find something, y'all will know. But don't head out that door without at least some good sunscreen or without a nice sun hat. One that looks like it's just whipped together and it's made out of bamboo. And yeah, wear one of those. Protect your skin. Sunglasses, non-negotiable too. Now, they might not let you wear sun hats and stuff, and if you're going to school, you're driving yourself to school. I forgot about those, the young drivers. Hi there, be safe. In case you listen to this and you driving. First of all, don't look at me, listen. Listen to me. Listen to me real good. The phone could wait till later. If you like wearing hats on the school, and I feel like most of the schools are still kind of iffy about wearing a hat in class, leave it in the car. This is where you get sunscreen come in handy. If they won't let you have a hat in class, a sun visor, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Or sunglasses. Don't worry about it. Get yourself some good sunscreen. Thin layer, or sometimes they call it a moisturizer with sunscreen in it, a certain level of SPF. Then if you wear makeup, all that other stuff, whatever your regular routine is after that, then you can carry on with that. But don't do like me. Don't do like my little chocolate self and hit out that door and got a sun hat on, or wear the sun hat and then get a little too excited, and forget your hat, and then don't do that. We still get sunburn, yeah. Or whatever this is. Protect your skin. Please protect your skin. It matters. I feel like I got more to cover. It's just so fun. The back to school thing is so fun. We got to start. Something else just came to me. Hold on. What do? You get to school, everything fine, and you dry and toasty and fresh. And by lunchtime, you sweat pouring. You sweaty. We finna get to it. Another one of those clear the throat moments. Hold on. I happen to be one of those. If you know regular deodorant does not work for you, take the clinical deodorant too. Either include it in your feminine hygiene kit with all the items from earlier. You can rewind back because this finna go up. This stream definitely finna go up after we done going over all the basics. Bring a change of clothes. Clean at least 2 good clean pairs of underwear. I am beginning to understand the more I go over this stuff and the more I travel and the more I go this place and take you guys this place or wherever I go where maybe I haven't had a chance to film it and share it with you all. The more I go places, the more I realize and the more I appreciate the importance of when those elder women or the more mature, the women that I grew up, they told me, carry yours. I forgot which one it was. Carry clean underwear wherever you go. Keep it packed in your purse. You never know what's going to happen. You really never do. You never do. You never do. In fact, there is I'm not going to call her name because I can't think of it. And then 2, when I do think of it, I don't need no legal problems. But I literally just saw it on this one reactors channel. The celebrity, she says she keeps her at least one good clean pair of underwear on her at all times in the purse. Rule to live by. That go for y'all too, man. Young man. That go for you too. I don't care if your boys find it and clown you. Number two, they shouldn't be looking through your stuff anyway. But in case your mother find it and she asks, this go for either, look, us ladies or young men. Just you trying to make sure that you're not caught unprepared. You could tell them that. You could tell them that, or send them this video. Clean underwear, and then a change of clothes. In fact, by the time I learned this, I was like, man, I should have been doing that more often. Definitely clean underwear. Clean underwear. Clean underwear. At least 2 good clean pairs of spare underwear, because you never know what's going to happen, what type of accidents, what you're going to eat at the school. You don't know if you're going to eat anything from the school cafeteria and it's going to run right through you. I'm trying to save y'all the visual. And then it not work out for you. You had her run to that bathroom, and maybe you don't run to that bathroom quick enough. Maybe every stall is filled up. I'm trying to paint that picture for you, just not the toilet picture for you. Feel me? You need them extra pair of underwear. You see what I'm saying? Maybe they put your stuff in your locker and you can't carry it in the classroom, which sucks. You hear me? But if you got to run to a locker, you got to make sure when you run to that locker, it's worth it. Clean pair of underwear, and at least 2, and a change of clothes. Yeah, man, you start the day with this and that. Yeah, well, you ain't even got to let them know your business. Just, I just had to use the bathroom and something happened. The food, the cafeteria, whatever it is. Maybe it's your breakfast you ate before you came to school and had the lunch from the lunch ladies there, lunch people. 2 good pairs of clean underwear. Take them with you at all times. Even if you never use it for weeks on end, keep them underwear packed and tucked away and clean. For the ladies, same thing, including your feminine hygiene kit, and keep that stocked. So if you wind up using maybe the last 3 pads from there, the last 3 tampons of either or absorbency, you wind up using the last panty liner, restock it when you get back home. Keep it stocked. By the time I was in college, I had that system going. And there's not been a time that it's ever failed me. Never. Not failed me. Ever. Ever, thank God. Never. In fact, it came in handy. It came in handy. There was one time that one lady had come ask me a handful of times. You always prepare? Yes, ma'am. I can't afford not to be. Especially something like that. Because as a woman, your menstrual cycle will sneak right up on you. And if you're, I spoke about this earlier from a video earlier this year. I should put that up on the community tab while I'm telling you about it. Yep, I shall. So in short, I cover in this video, I'm about to put on my community tab, about feminine hygiene tips. And it's a good 30, 33, 34 almost minutes. But I go over the basics, and in that I talked about how when I was in high school, I discovered fenugreek and wild yam, and those were supplements. They're found in a lot of foods and spices and stuff like that. They also contain phytoestrogens. They're estrogen compounds. They mimic estrogen, And they have a lot of benefits that help with cramps and stuff. So I have been taking them consistently to the point that I went from sort of being able to, tell when my menstrual cycle would come on to not being able to tell, and it would sneak up on me. So that's why I said all that. But I'll put that up. So keep it stocked. I say all that to say this: 2 good clean pairs of underwear, change of clothes clean, and let's just hope your shoes don't mess up. If you have sweaty feet, keep the shoes. Just bring an extra pair of socks then. There's a way you can get around it. And then feminine hygiene wipes, keep that stocked. The young men can do that too, because now they have something called Wipe That Tush. I saw it in Walmart. They have the body cleansing wipes for the men, unisex too. So there's no excuse. I'm just saying, no excuse to be funky. None. Now I find it. Okay, 7 months ago. I was starting to think I wasn't gonna be able to find the thing. But definitely be prepared. Definitely be prepared. There's no worse feeling than needing to change your clothes and you done had an accident. Even if it's not, stomach bubbling, bubble guts, you just need to change it, or you're too sweaty and you've tried spraying and because all fragrances is fragrance mist. All that spraying it don't always get rid of the funk and the sweat. There's some part lingering. Still bring a change of clothes of everything, even your undergarments. Your bra if you need to. You sweated up here, do that too. Feminine wipes with your feminine hygiene kit with all those other items too. Okay, I just shared it up on my community tab. The one I'm talking about, barely being able to know your cycles come on, sometime it slip up on you. That's up. I just know there's more. I have to share. That's why I'm so excited. Okay. Oh, that's the old one. What are y'all doing out there? All that commotion. Don't know what y'all got going on. has thought about something. Now, whether you're the student or the parent watching, I definitely want to leave this in mind with you as well, because I've seen one too many scenarios in which the kids get picked on and they have everything in order. They smell great. You make sure all their bases are covered. If you're the parent, if you're the student, you making sure you got yourself covered. What happens if they still talking? They still want to be a jerk. One, I'm not going to tell you how to parent your child if you're a parent. You do what you know is best. But I'm going to leave you with something on the brain. You make sure whether you are the parent or you're the student, that before you attend school, before you go to school every day, you know who God made you to be, and you know that you have all your bases covered. And if anyone has anything to say then about your hygiene, about you smell good, because kids will do it. They'll do it. I don't care how old they are. I don't care if they're 13 or 18. And some adults. Just know that's a reflection. The comments they make about you are a reflection of themselves. And a lot of times it's a reflection of maybe they have something going on at the house. That's not none of your business unless it needs to be, and unless they need to be pulled into the principal office or the counselor office. Just you don't be the one to spread anything, to start anything with these other kids. Public school, challenging enough. I've seen one too many scenarios where they pick at the student. One student picks at another student. No one intervenes. They feel like they're alone. Maybe they don't get no adults involved. So if you can help it, ignore them. I know that's easier said than done. If they will not leave you alone with them, ignore them. Then it's time to bring a couple folk in the office. Now, if you're encountering an opposite scenario, maybe their guardians or whoever they're with aren't intervening. Brings me back to a video I put up just a few short weeks ago. The scenario was different. It was a work setting versus a school setting. You still want to adopt the same tact. You still want to adopt the same type of etiquette and the same type of sensitivity skills there, because these experiences, they help shape whether you like it or not, positive or negatively, depending on how you handle them. They do shape these children's futures and shape their lives as adults. It shouldn't, but in some way it does, even whether directly or indirectly. So if you're facing a situation where it seems like, okay, well, your daughter's friend or your daughter's classmate, or maybe they don't got it going on, or because no one trying to come to school and impress nobody, but maybe they got something going on in that department. There's a video there that will give some sensitivity tips, and I feel like I need to cover this in greater depth, because I've seen way too many scenarios where they just made one student to another, and they make the comments and then no one steps in to help at all. Create what's called do what you can afford as the parent, or either if you're a student, nudge your guardian, your parent, to come up with a care package, and the way you deliver it is going to make the difference between, oh, you're trying to say stuff about me, or that was so kind of you, without you trying to fish for that. You see what I'm saying? We'll come with a care package that includes all those items for that young man or that young lady, and you want to do it in a way. See, I feel like I need a separate video for this. Create that care package and deliver it in a way to them where it's definitely going to bring a smile to their face. It's definitely going to make an impression on them. And if they don't remember anything else anyone else has done for them that school year, I don't care if it's the first school year or the last school year, they're going to remember that. And they're going to carry that with them. Like, somebody cared enough to get those things for me when I couldn't afford, or whatever else I had going on. They're going to remember that. If they don't remember nothing else, they're going to remember the kindness of a person. They're going to remember that. I'm thinking about, I don't remember her name, and even if I did, I wouldn't tell y'all. But one in particular, it was middle school, and I wish I had the resources and the tools to do that for her, because all they sat and did is talked about her. And sometimes you're in that scenario as a student, and you're not sure what to do, or if you say something will get you in trouble, and you're trying to defend people. And I tried, but what do you do? You see what I'm saying? And so I'd rather be the voice of reason, and I'm sure they didn't like me, and I did not care, because what you're not going to do is sit here and talk about a person's hygiene when we need to start asking questions about yours. You see what I'm saying? They wouldn't like it. Talk to you later, Miss Soda. Have a good night's rest. Definitely create a scenario on that, but I do touch on some pretty light etiquette tips on how to tell a person, or at least how to move with a person that needs help in that area of their hygiene and stuff like that, and to do it in a sensitive manner, so you're not coming in their face like you a WWE wrestler, taunting them, talking trash, and totally hurting their feelings. We talking about striking a healthy medium between tactfully telling them and then not sugarcoating it, but then for you to deliver it in love. You love a person, you don't let them walk around like that. Not looking like they looking, not smelling how they smelling, not carrying on how they carrying, if they got it on going, if they have some issues going on in those certain areas that we're discussing. So I'm not going to finish this on here, but I do thoroughly hope that you all have enjoyed these back to school hygiene tips, because I know I got more. If you'd like to see more, I'm going to put this in a playlist on either side that will appear when it allows me to, for you all to enjoy. You could cherry pick, eat dinner, play a lot of this stuff in the car, because I believe in being very descriptive, even if you can't necessarily watch me. While you watch me, you can still hear my voice. So I got a whole playlist for you, real hefty on either side, for you to enjoy. I love each and every one of you, and see you next time.